Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 6th to the 12th. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in, Taurus. Blue asterisk, by the way. Always the best aspects of this weekend. As always, not everything is on the whiteboard, but we're going to go over it. Now, here's the thing, Taurus. I hope that you like intensity. There is going to be some heat in the kitchen this week. Not only are you coming out of that bonkers eclipse season, right? And you're still going through the prison portal, that rare grand trine. Okay, it is officially a wrecking ball right now to your old systems, old structures, the old you for your brand new era and your awakening, right? And hey, I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week. Yeah, so you might be approaching Mercury opposite Chiron in Aries, which we'll talk about later. I didn't talk about that in your monthly forecast last week, but I did talk about Venus conjunct the South Node in Virgo. Yeah, we talked about that last week. That's happening on the 4th. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is just look at your forecast from last week. All right, but what's happening this week? Right, you got. Oh, the other thing is you got Mars in Scorpio. Whoa, you're already feeling that. So as you move into this week, Mars in Scorpio, that's your 7th house, partnerships, relationships. There's that intensity there. Contracts, love, marriage, all of that, okay? Mars is very penetrating here, okay? First time he's been here 2 years. Oh, he's having a ball. He's having a ball. And what he's doing, he's adding fuel to your passions, your actions, your drive, your determination, libido, all of that. And remember, Scorpio is that transformation energy. This is going to be a transformational month. And when I say he's adding fuel, I'm talking about the expensive gas at the gas station. Okay? Now, look at what's happening on Monday, October 6th. Let's start with Mercury moving into Scorpio. So now you've got Mercury merging with Mars, right? Their energies in Scorpio. So you've got your determination, your focus, your willpower, all of that martial energy with your mind and your ideas, communication. When it comes to partnerships and relationships and contracts, okay? And that can include love. It can include business. It can include just think one-on-one, okay? The relationship with your agent or your doctor or whoever, right? But the big focus this month is not only that, but just investments in general. Money is it's a thing for you. Intimacy, partnerships, like I mentioned, even health, even the health of relationships, creativity, all of that, okay? Mars and Mercury together in Scorpio, that's passion, okay? Use it. That's a 5-year-old Asian girl playing Mozart on a piano. That's passion, right? It's a 70-year-old climbing Mount Everest. It's Nicolas Cage in any of his movies. It's Nick Dagan Best doing birth chart readings on my channel on Great Awakener, but passion, use it, okay? You got nothing to lose. You got everything to gain. So go deep. That Scorpio energy is going deep, but don't go too deep, okay? Because you know what they say about going too deep, rabbit holes. It's Mercury and Mars. I talked about this last week, okay? Very in Scorpio, it's that probing, that penetrating, probing truth serum. I got to know everything. I need the truth. I'm not going to let this go. And remember, Venus is still in Virgo all week as well. And remember, that's analytical. It's kind of nitpicky, right? Venus, your ruler, is all about the finer things in life. And Virgo is all about the fine details. So her lover, Mars, is all Mulder here. Yeah, Mulder, Scully, whoever. Ace Ventura, doesn't matter, right? So when you do all the math, this can be intense. It can go really deep. It can be very psychological, right? Mind games, okay? Internet sleuth, all of that. Silence of the Lambs, all of that. Yeah? So keep that in mind, all right? You want to use this at the highest expression, not only exploring your passions, when it comes to relationships, partnerships, love, contracts, everything I mentioned earlier. But what you're going to be doing this week is you're going to be dissecting what's working, what's not working. When it comes to everything that I just mentioned, especially intimacy is going to be a big thing, as well as contracts and relationships, all in the name of your transformation. Remember, Scorpio rules death and rebirth, but also passion, okay? And remember, Scorpio energy is deep and intense, and passion is the cousin of intensity, all right? Whoa, look, okay, so I had some coconut water before anyway, the etymological root of passion is what you are willing to endure for what you desire. And I talked about emotions last week, right? Emodere, energy and motion, okay? So I want you to feel this week, this month. Remember, Mars and Mercury are together in Scorpio together all month. And you know we're moving into Scorpio season, so you're going to have a stellium soon. So that adds a little bit more intensity, all right? So this is a month where you're going you're really going to feel it, especially this week, okay? And it may have that intensity. Yep. Entendere, to stretch toward, all right? Use to express strong feeling, a great degree of energy. So focus on your personal gains and reading the fine print, being strategic, proactive, ascending on your karmic journey, your passions, okay? And this will require this week some shadow work, okay? What's toxic? What's holding you back? What do you need to just hit the road, Jack? Those type of things. But most importantly, being honest with yourself. Remember, it's all about the truth, right? Seeking the truth. And that can be in circumstances as well where you need clarity in, okay? Because again, not only this week, but all month, truths will come to the surface. And you know that the truth always sets you free. Now, around midnight, and by the way, look at what's happening just the first 3 days. A cluster of strong aspects. You got a full moon. This is happening at 14 degrees, full moon in Aries. It's a super moon, okay? It's Mars ruled. So, yeah, there's going to be intensity here. First of all, it's in Aries, and the fact that it's a super moon, it's orbiting close to Earth. I want to remind you, the moon is just a rock. It's reflecting the light of the sun. So something is being illuminated for you at this time, during a time when truths are coming to the surface. Now, for you, Taurus, Aries rules your 12th house. What does this mean? A lot of this is going to be subconscious. A lot of this is going to be your habits, your patterns, the way that you're thinking about things. 12th house is also intuition. Scorpio is a very intuitive sign, and you're absorbing that energy. So this is definitely going to be eye-opening for you. I really want you to pay attention, especially again with intimacy, relationships, contracts. I want you to think about March 29th. What happened? So we had the new moon partial solar eclipse in Aries, right? March 29th, it was part of that once a lifetime planetary alignment. Well, here is the culmination, the turning point. Home, family matters are maybe brought up around this time as well. Aries energy, just so you know, is go-getter energy. It's the entrepreneur, the initiator, the I am of the zodiac. So this full moon with the truth serum of Mars and Mercury and Scorpio, ask yourself, who am I? What do I want moving forward in this relationship, in this contract? What do I want to leave behind? What am I passionate about? All right, so things will come to the surface. And this is full moon in Aries. It's all about courage. You're going to have that courage, but this full moon, it's still a full moon. It's emotionally energetic. You're going to feel assertive with it being in Aries, especially with commitments, okay? Making them or ending them. It is a full moon where things come to completion. So keep that in mind, because there's a million other things happening. There's a yod. It's another planetary configuration. I'm not going to get into it. Just remember the prism portal is still active. Okay. Very active. And that includes Uranus trine Pluto. So when I say partnerships, for a lot of y'all, it may have to do with work and career, okay, and money. So now the other thing is speak to the moon. I always say that, yeah, especially a full moon, super moon. You're gonna see it so closely, yeah. I always say it. Speak words into the ether. That's energy, yeah. What are you grateful for? What do you want? What do you want to release so you can evolve on your karmic journey? Yep. And I did say 3i, right? Atlas, the not comet. It's going to be very close to Mars at this time. Yep. So, anyway, if you're into that, I'll leave that video. The predictions video, I did the current energies video at the end of this video. And of course, I talk about it in great detail on Great Awakener, okay? Where, yeah, it's not a comet. So, just remember, if you are a cross watcher, yeah, remember this part is important. If you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your husband, Jeremy, or your, I don't know, your data entry clerk at your office, Teresa, or anybody, right? Cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, they're going to feel this full moon the most. If you have any planets between 12 to 16 degrees in any of those signs, yeah, and remember, it doesn't matter where, we look at the angular aspects. So any of those signs, if you know your birth chart, natal chart, you're going to feel it the most. And remember, when I say we have a full moon in Aries, Taurus, don't forget, we also have Neptune in Aries, Ceres in Aries, Eris in Aries. Yeah, Mars' sister, Chiron in Aries. And so the moon will be in Aries Monday and Tuesday. So it's going to hit every single one of them. It's going to conjunct, we're going to have a triple conjunction with the moon, Chiron, and Eris. Okay? And Aries, I got something to say, to tell you about that too. Yep. So, we'll talk more about that in the second spread. But anyway, Tuesday the 7th, this is going to be big. You got Mercury and Scorpio, Pluto and Aquarius, 1 degree. So what does this even mean for you? Well, this is Mercury square Pluto and Aquarius. Aquarius rules our 10th house of career, natively rules our 7th house of partnerships, which is Scorpio, right? Because Pluto is Scorpio's ruler. So there's something here with partnerships, particularly career. If you're not here for career, 10th house is also just your reputation, what you want to be known for or recognized as. This is truth coming to the surface. Like this is, yeah, especially regarding, again, career, partnerships, but marriage, but it's still money and sex and power and investments. That's Scorpio energy. Yep. Pluto, ruler of the underworld. Scorpio's modern ruler. It's adding that, you got Mercury. It's adding that mental intensity. It can be pent up energy that you might be releasing around this time. So I just want you to be very mindful. This is a day of disclosures, exposures, manipulation, pent up energy. And remember, it's fixed energy. You're a fixed sign. Who's going to feel this the most, right? So neither planet is budging. Scorpio is the scorpion. It has the stinger. And when you have Mars and Mercury together in Scorpio, that brings up resentment and obsession and jealousy and payback and, sharp tongues. So this is a day, just be mindful, but be mindful around this cluster of days. In fact, this entire week, it's strong, okay? And just be responsive, not reactive. This can be radioactive, actually. Stay frosty, be cool. Last week I said, be mindful of the words you speak, the thoughts in your head. That's Mercury, right? But Mercury is also movement. What did I say last week? Mercury, Mars, and Scorpio. It can be holding on to grudges. And so this is when that pent-up energy comes out. Yeah, this is you standing in your boss's office. Yeah, they didn't give you a raise back in 2004. And you got things to say. Okay? Be mindful. Be very mindful here. Um, don't flip any tables. But here's the good news. Remember, you can use any of these aspects. They all have higher expressions. What is this? It's your gut instincts. It's intuition. It's empowerment. Okay, diplomatically. And remember, this is emotional. It's Scorpio. It's water sign, right? But water flows. Fixed signs, Taurus, you, okay? Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I'm throwing in Virgo and Gemini as well. Gonna feel this the most. If you have any planets 0 to 3 degrees in any of those signs, like I do, you will feel it. Now, Wednesday, October 8th, you got the two benefics, Venus, sextiling, and exalted Jupiter at 23 degrees. And again, you're going to feel this days before, days after it perfects on Wednesday. And this is part of the storyline of that seed that was planted August 12th with that triple conjunction, okay? You can look at that forecast, but that was a really big day. And remember, that's playing out for an entire year. So there could have been some movement for you, especially with communication. There may be something here really exciting around home, family. There could be something here about your future dreams, commitments. This is blessed. This is a gift from the universe right here. Okay. Remember, Jupiter in Cancer rules your third house. So that could be you even, announcing something really special. This is optimistic. It's good fortune. It's luck. It's seeing the greater good as well. It's experiences that make you feel wiser. There's something here, maybe about a business, maybe something with travel as well. Okay. I hope you love money. There may be signing something here with money. Yeah. Venus is money. Jupiter is profit and expansion. So there is strong potential. Remember, it is a sextile. It's a window of opportunity that helps you thrive and prosper. And remember, you have to take the action though, okay? And the other thing is Jupiter natively rules your 8th and 11th. I mean, like, there really honestly can be something here with money for you and investments and maybe even a friend or a friendship, or there could be something here where like a benefactor, right? That's 11th house activity for you, okay? Or a group that you belong to. And by the way, if you happen to miss this train, there's something even bigger happening with Venus and Jupiter next month, all right? Right at Thanksgiving, actually. So anyway, we'll talk about in the second spread. Who's going to feel this the most? It's going to be Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you have any planets 21 to 25 degrees in Virgo or Cancer in your chart. Let's be friends. Let's be friends, all right? But remember, everyone's going to feel this, right? Now, not on the whiteboard, Wednesday, October 8th. This is all about you, Taurus, all right? The moon will be in your sign. But this is where things get a little tricky. You got this wonderful aspect happening, and the moon is in your sign. I don't know if you know this, Taurus. The moon is exalted in your sign the way that Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So the moon is like in a chariot, being carried by people when it's in your sign. The moon in your sign will square Pluto, all right? And be opposite Mercury. And you're still under the spell of Mercury square Pluto. On top of that, there's more. We talked about Chiron and Aries, right? So Chiron, the wounded healer, is conjuncting Aries, Mars' sister, the goddess warrior, okay, who stirs things up. This is their exact conjunction on this day. This is 50 years in the making. This is an emotional week, all right? It's a very emotional week. We'll talk about it more in the second spread. Now, so just be very mindful that you got the moon in your sign, okay? There's emotional intensity. The moon is emotion. You know that. Pluto's digging things up. So, anyway, Thursday, by the way, we'll talk about the second spread. This is when the moon is still in your sign, but will sextile Jupiter. It's got a trine Venus, your ruling planet. It's amazing. Okay, so really good stuff. Now, the other thing, and by the way, speaking of money, the moon's going to be in Gemini by Friday. Amazing. Gemini rules your second house of income, salary, finances, money, self-worth, self-value. Now, Saturday on the 11th, now you got Venus and Virgo opposite Saturn and Pisces, 27 degrees. I talked about this in length last week, okay, in your monthly forecast, all right? Just, it's an opposition. You're going to feel it strongly, as you move into, through the weekend, okay? Just letting you know. There may be something here with friendships, true love, family, children, maybe a child, things like that, okay? But this is a day where you do not want to start a relationship. This is a day where you may feel tested in one, or money matters. It's Venus. Or, your values or what your, heart desires. There may be something here with health. Can be a little bit of burnout energy. There could be something here with an authority figure. You already have so much career stuff, right? So it could be a boss, like I said, but it's Saturn. It could be, father. You got family stuff, father figure. Saturn is bringing those reality checks, those life lessons. So this can be a little, heavy. It can be a little, it has, Venus and Virgo, it has a little micromanager feel to it. You're just like, all right. But like I said, the moon will be in Gemini, be creative, social, cheerful. It's all mutable energy on this day pretty much. So that's being flexible. Okay. Now, I also want you to think about what happened, Taurus, back in your birthday season this year. What happened? We just think of the entire month of April. What we remember, we had Venus conjunct Saturn back then, okay? In Pisces at that time. It happened April 7th and then April 24th. And that's unusual. But remember, we had Venus retrograde. That's why, okay? Venus conjunct Saturn only happens once a year. So very unusual. But remember, they were conjunct the North Node in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, and long-term goals and dreams. That has to do with, your future, but also this is your friendship sector, groups, allies, benefactors, like I said, okay, communities, even maybe something with social media. Anyway, Venus opposite Saturn, who's going to feel that the most? It'll be the mutable signs. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you have any planets 25 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, like I do, you will feel it the most. Let's get started. By the way, thank you everyone who has joined greatawakener.com. This site that I quit my job for. Anyway, and it's been so exciting. It's been really fun. So let's get started, Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you for October 6th to the 12th for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, y'all make me you crack me up. You crack me up. Your hair looks good today, too. You look good. Taurus. Well, you're a Taurus. Of course you do. Let's see. I do a traditional culture cross spread. Offers the best overview. Especially for a weekly reading, if we need to pull clarifiers, that we will. Taurus, I got you. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. And I do want to, again, thank you so much. And because I don't expect everyone to watch the, live streams that I do here, just because I'm still getting comments and questions. When I say thank you for all your support and kindness, just to make it clear, I have been going through 2 medical issues. At the same time, my dog has too. And so but I'm getting better. Everything's fine. We're doing our best. Everything's great. And that's why I'm saying thank you for all your support, kindness, and all of that. So I really do appreciate it. I have a lot of gratitude. And she did get her blood work back and it came out really good. So we're really happy. All right, let's get started. Okay. Taurus, you're not playing this week. You're not playing. You're getting yeah, things are definitely coming to an end in a way that feels really good here. I love what's happening here. It's almost like you're really at the top of your game this week, okay? And like I said, this is not messing around energy, okay? You see it's all court cards, major arcana. You got that 9 in the top. We'll talk about it. You got the Page of Swords, yeah. you're moving into this week, especially after Venus conjuncted the South Node in Virgo. You are moving into this week. It's almost like you let something go. That could have been the end of a relationship or an adjustment in a relationship. There could have been something there with something that brought you joy, pleasure, that it was just like, I got to get this weight off me. And remember, that's just over the weekend. That is still part of what's happening in the beginning of this week as well. All right. Maybe even like seeing things in a different way, especially with that Page of Swords here. All right. There is this enthusiasm. You're ready to go. You're ready to do things. You're ready to just open your mind to possibilities. But there is a sense of having this new perspective as you move into this week that feels really profound, especially, again, look at what's happening at the beginning of the week. So I love this because look, you got the King of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. When was the last time that happened? That's amazing. This is you. This is you. You know that. If you don't, it's you. King of Pentacles is Taurus. You even see the bulls in his throne. Earth. Yeah, Pentacles are earthbound. King of Pentacles being Taurus, very practical, pragmatic. Okay? Wealth. He's the richest king. This is ownership. You see his hand. Look at that. Over the pentacle. Okay? This is week. You're going to own your wealth. And when I say wealth, yeah, it can be financial. But remember what I just said, Pentacles, that 5-pointed star, spirit of consciousness, but all about your physical realm. So there can be something here as in material possessions, like things are just great. Things are good. But there is a sense of what you're doing. There's this protective energy for the people that you care about, people that you love. Remember, you have a lot of partnership stuff, friendship stuff too, family stuff too. All right? That golden scepter creates all that abundance. Anything he touches turns to gold. He's rich. You can't even distinguish the harvest from his robe. He didn't get that robe at Target. It's custom made. Good for you. Look, Chariot. In your challenge area. So, two things. A, you got Mars in Scorpio. Okay? So, what does that even mean? Well, let's talk about that passion. Where is it? Don't lose any passion. Don't lose any passion. Okay? Pedal to the metal. It's a Chariot. Willpower. I want you to just keep going. Keep going. Even if you got this happening, don't just sit there. You got things to do. Yep. Secondly, some of y'all may not know a direction. Okay? Go within. What did I say about that full moon? Illumination, right? Mars and Mercury and Scorpio, that deep, that truth seeking, that Scooby-Doo energy. Who are you? What do you want on your journey? Which direction do you want to go? You got a lot of possibilities here. And so a lot of it is because there's change that's happening right with that Page of Swords. The third thing, yeah, you got a third message coming through. There's someone that's kind of like, wishy-washy, maybe not. You gotta know things and they're not telling you the things you gotta know. Just keep that in mind. There may be someone that may be going different direction from you, okay? And it could be, the Chariot is attributed to Cancer. So it could be Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moon, any of that. All right? So now, the other thing is, be mindful on travel, yeah? And what did I say earlier about Mercury being movement too? Mercury rules transportation. Mercury's going to square Pluto. And you've got Jupiter that's active. Jupiter in Cancer, what I say, your third house. That's Mercury's home. Therefore, travel. So just be very mindful. There may even be a delay, all right? And it can be because of that Venus-Saturn opposition. You got the Nine of Wands. You got the King of Swords, Nine of Wands in your crown. Yeah, don't give up. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good, all right? You may have this week, you may be going through some things where a lot of it is up here. It's upstairs. And the other thing is there's possibly going to be something in terms of you've got so much protective energy, which is really great. You being a protector as well, protecting your passions, your wands. You're not going to let anyone get your wands, right? And so it really is that just hang in there. You got this. You see what's happening? Something's, yeah. So let things illuminate and don't give up. All right? Don't give up. All right? You're going to be making some decisions. You got some decisions to make, but also King of Swords. You got two kings here. The King of Swords is, by the way, Aquarius. And so you've got, and remember, Aquarius rules your 10th house. So a lot of career stuff here, to be honest. Ones are very profession, career, work, related. But if you're not here for a career, again, just your passions, wherever you're exerting your energy into. This is really nice. He's a leader. He's a member of Mensa. He's very strategic. You want to use that Mercury and Scorpio energy anyway. But remember, just be mindful because he can be intimidating. And speaking of truth, this is the king. He's the only king that looks directly at you. He's got nothing to hide. He's faced all his truths. He's done his shadow work. He's cleared his mind, head above the clouds. But no one can hide anything from him. That's how much power he has. No one can win like a debate with him, right? So just be mindful because he can be a little intimidating and he can be a little, but other than that, with that 10 of Swords in your future, there is definitely something this coming up. If you're being very decisive, making really good sound decisions, being very communicative, you're going to be great. There's something that's going to end. This is a card of new dawn. So the sun is coming out. It is a 10 when 0 equals 1. So this is saying that, yeah, there could have been a lot going on up here where it's like, thankfully, we're moving in this new direction, seeing things in this new way. This is telling you to do that as you move into this week. And again, circumstantially, that's just going to happen. That 10 of Swords, it's saying, okay, we're making room for all the new up here. Anything in the past, we got to let go. Remember, Chiron, Aries is going to be on Chiron. They're going to conjunct exact, right? They've been together pretty much for some months in a conjunction, but this is the perfection. And so everyone's going to feel that. And so for you, again, it's a lot of mental healing, even the subconscious with a full moon in Aries in your 12th. So just keep that in mind. Anything that you've been going through, it is time right here. It's time to accept, whether it's forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and moving forward. Okay? There can be something where you feel a little bit betrayed. There are secrets coming up throughout this entire week. Okay? The main thing is being honest with yourself. All right? This is that, okay, maybe it stung a bit, but at least it's over. And then you're good. Anyway, let's get to your stuff. Taurus, y'all, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, leave comments. Y'all are amazing. And you're good. And you're good. Stay frosty. You're good. You're good. All right, let's see what else is going on. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're gooder than good. This is amazing. You got this star. Come on. When you got the North Node in Pisces all year in your 11th house, you and only you, Taurus, that's a good thing. Remember, Jupiter's still active, pretty much. I mean, it's waning, but with the North Node, I mean, you're going to see a lot more activations. And I talked about them in your monthly forecast. You got the star, which is amazing because this is all about, self-belief. Remember, this is a big week of emotional intensity, passion, but also healing. A lot of healing. That's what this card is. The star comes after the tower, right? And so there could have been something here that was just like it. There was a little intensity to it, but now it's time to heal. And this whole new world for you, where you can be yourself. Okay, this is being, look at that, naked, right? Just free. So you can be yourself. Doesn't have to hide anything. So you see a lot of truth here. Page of Wands. Yep. External factors area. Something's coming through. Something's coming through. Yeah. Page of Wands. And it could be a person too. You got the Page of Wands. Remember, Wands, passions, and your ambition. A lot of creative energy. Could be a creative partner. Something is coming through that's exciting, that's compelling, because you have 3 pages. And pages, they represent that fresh, new energy. And sure, they may be young, they're pages, but they're still in the royal court. They hold a lot of power. And so it looks like it could be even like a job opening, a new job. It could be someone that you're partnering up with for sure in some capacity, and even in a new way in a current relationship. Again, that's the biggest theme for you right now. And then you got the Page of Pentacles. Amazing. It's what you want. You want to, there's something you want to root up and grow. And remember, it is a time for investments, literally, right? He is one day gonna become the King of Pentacles. And so keep moving in that direction. Don't give up. Don't lose steam. All right. You've got that 6 of Pentacles. I really love this. The 6 of Pentacles. This is, everything is harmonizing for you now. If you've been seeking support, you're getting it, especially financially. It's the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And remember, you do have Venus sextile Jupiter. The other thing is, it could be you. I mean, you do have that King of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. There could be you that's spreading this wealth. And it can be even like wisdom, right? It can be even through your contributions to the collective. There's just something that feels empowering here, and that's really nice. The other thing is, what's really interesting, we call him the young Hierophant. Okay, and the Hierophant is also you in the major arcana. Look at his hand gesture, and then his as well. They both have the same hand gesture as the Hierophant. So it's blessings, right? This blessing in disguise, or something you have to go through. Let's put it to bed. Start anew. Yeah, learn the lessons you needed to learn. Truth has come out, and now you know. So you're good. You're good. You're really great. This is a card of just a lot of gratitude too. Generosity. Generosity is spirit. You're amazing. Taurus, you're good. There's definitely new. This is all about the new. Remember, you're moving into a brand new era anyway. You're good. You're great. I love that. There's definitely something coming through for you. And especially when you do have Venus sextile Jupiter in your 3rd house. Remember, pages are also messengers. This is your 3rd house of communication. So, Taurus, thanks so much. Next week, next week. Oh, you're going to love it. We enter the gateway with the first grand air trine with Venus moving into Libra and a million other things. And then the second spread, yes, tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. There's going to be a lot of healing, security. There's emotions. We're going to be, there's a lot happening this week, especially with the moon in your sign. That's going to be a thing, okay? And then we'll talk about the triple conjunction that's happening in your 12th house. There's also Juno is in the mix. There's a lot. Is where we talk about the fixed stars, the asteroids, planetoids, lunations, and then just a lot of goodness. And I'll tell you what's happening in around Thanksgiving. Anyway, Taurus, thanks so much. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and And I'll see you next week. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.